Everybody, welcome back to the Montana Method Podcast one more time, coming at you from a very special live and direct location at Art Basel, Miami, Florida, USA. Joining you for part two, a very high demand, backed by popular demand, my friend, Mr. Don, the producer.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
It's good to be back with you, man.
Good to be back.
A lot of people don't know that you were my first major podcast that I was on.
Fire.
Yeah.
I'm proud to bring Don, the producer, to the world.
You got me started, and I'll always appreciate you so much for that, man.
We had to outdo it because this will be the exclusive episode. I'm not recording any more episodes at this location. So.
Really? Yeah. No, this is a one and done.
Yeah, definitely.
With Nucleus as well.
With an exclusive partnership with Nucleus Hub. Shout out to them. Shout out to my good friend Anthony Mendez Fitness.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got together and had that good conversation, just talking about the media landscape and where things are going, and how we do have plans to really
100%.
take a hold of the market down here, because we're prone to do it. So
yeah, I'm tired of people coming from out of town to Florida and thinking this is like where they came from.
Yeah.
No.
No. We got to keep it somewhat where it was from, right? South Florida.
Yeah, 100%.
I do have a big announcement that I'm going to make right now.
Okay, drop it.
Okay. So as of today, finalize the contract. I'm taking over the consulting arm of LinkMe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Media consulting for
All right.
LinkMe.
All right.
So it's repping the shirt, but going to have a lot of power and a lot of leverage through the company to be doing some exciting things in social media. So now, media marketing, media consulting, what I've been doing, but with a social media company backing me, a pretty powerful one. Number one networking social media app in Miami and in the world. So we're going to be doing some big things. Going to be doing a lot of speaking on behalf of the company, podcasts, all this stuff. But yeah, bro, it's big
Good
stuff.
Good stuff. Shout out to Net. Shout out to Val.
Val and Net, man.
Good friends over there at LinkMe. Had them
Beasts.
both on the podcast already.
Yeah.
I'll be talking to them soon about doing some business over there as well.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Anything we can do now to just bring the community and bring the network together and have deeper conversations about how we see media coming in Miami, and how we want to preserve it and keep it different from how LA and New York decided to run media for so long.
100%.
And now it's our time to take it over.
100%. That's what I want to do with Montana Media.
Yeah.
Keep it local. Make sure that us here that grew up in Florida know the landscape, know the setting, know the environment.
Yeah.
We're the ones that should be running the new media phase of this. And Florida's becoming the face of new media, right?
Yeah.
So it's only right that those of us from down here are the face of it.
Yeah, well, all the big podcasters moved here originally to South Florida. Pat moved here, my old boss, Pat. Ben Shapiro, Dave Rubin.
Fresh and Fit.
I mean, everybody relocated down to here to do their podcast because of the environment that was generated after the giant thing that happened in 2020, 2021.
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Shall not be named.
After Voldemort, and that created a very free environment in Florida.
It did.
Where DeSantis stepped up and kept it a free state, and now we're doing really well in Miami.
Now, there are some people that are doing it right and doing it well, putting out good content, doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You and I have also discussed about the dark side of that. The douchebags that come out from other cities and they just have a bunch of money and then they want to drop it and I'm in media now.
Yeah.
Bro, you were like whatever you were doing, you were like a banker or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a banker, you made a couple bucks, and now you're doing podcasting. But
now you're a media mogul.
The more, I just want a lot of creative people to stay creative and
100%.
Not to give up and not to get ousted by big money, so-called big money. It's the same thing going on with the real estate market down here, where you have a lot of people that are coming out from LA and New York, and they outprice everybody in the market.
Yeah.
And growing up down here, I saw a lot of that, but I just want to make sure that we take care of the local people and we take care of the local environment and continue to grow as a family, because we got to stand for what we believe in the Florida climate.
Funny enough, how your mentor was Patrick Bet-David.
Yeah.
He talks about Goliath.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what some of these guys that come over from these other industries and trying to get it in the media, it's like they're trying to use that to come in, and it's our chance to kind of come up with those strategies on how to be the David that beats the Goliath in this space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's exciting, actually, to tell you the truth.
I think the way that you win the battle, so to speak, if we call it a battle, is you just know the turf, you know the lay of the land, so we
100%.
have home field advantage. And Miami is not an easy place to work and operate. I've been networking out in Miami, mostly in the music industry since 2018, 2019. Was a singer in one of the biggest wedding bands, and I was just trying to work and hustle and meet all these different people. So Miami can be a lot of smoke and mirrors at times, and as much as we can get together and just change that and make it more, stable, a more business fostering environment where we all look out for each other, that's when we all win. When we get rid of the fugazi and just point out the fugazi, like that video I did the other day on my Instagram. You got to be able to determine and know who's who
100%.
and who's actually doing what they say they're going to do.
And that's why I loved how you talked about Alex Ramosi in that video, because he's one of the few guys who you can tell does content to really teach what he did. It's not so much to reckon money. It's more just like, hey, guys, this is what I did. Take it. It's free. Now, if you want to partner up on a big business, call me, So
Yeah. And that's where really knowing what's real and what's not, that's where you can become a consultant in the media field and podcasting today, where you have leverage. I have leverage. Nucleus has got great leverage in the industry, through Anthony, and we can help other people do the right things in their media. So anybody who wants to come to us, that wants to talk with Nucleus or Nelson or myself, or anybody from Link Me, through the consulting services or our group, we're here to help you navigate this climate. And if you really do have an interest in getting into podcasting, or you want to do something with us, hit us up on social media. My tag's just Don the Producer. Nelson, he's got a couple different tags, Montana Method and everything, and Nucleus Hub as well. But we're here to help you if you want to get better at your content and also work with us, because we're just chill guys. We just want to do good for people, I feel like, isn't that and have decent conversations about decent people.
What I love about this stage we're all at, it's you and me are in similar stages of our careers, because we've been through the building stage, and we have something somewhat of a foundation now, and it's like we see other people who want to do the same thing that we're doing.
Yeah.
And now it's about, okay, I've been through this process. I know every single step. I know everything you're going to have to encounter. I know transition from audio to studio. I know how to, what studio I went to. Now I know even the equipment I needed, how many short clips you need, the ideal amount of content to come out to start going viral, the editing style, and you, of course, content but like the back of your hand. So I love how the both of us managed to meet each other in similar stages of our careers.
Yeah.
And now we're both pretty much ready to take it on and turn it into a full-on, business, consulting, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. And we really want to create that solid, dependable community of businessmen who don't take nonsense, who don't do business like some people from other states or other countries. We do business in a very Florida manner. We're no nonsense. We believe in we believe in being free. We believe in making sure that we do good business, that we treat people appropriately, and we're those guys that you can come to. I mean, we're not gonna do you wrong.
100%.
We're not gonna do you wrong at all. So
Definitely.
that's what I believe in. I think if you do bad business, at some point, I've seen so many social media creators do bad business. I've seen so many people do good business. Andy, Pat, Hormozy, they do good business. Anthony, Nucleus Hub does good business. But when you do bad business, at some point, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah, you can only do so much bad in the society and in the world until it comes back to you have to pay the piper.
Yeah.
Right? And I've actually ran into, I'm sure you have as well, people who constantly have done this again, time and again, and they're trying to paint this different picture on social media. And yet you and I both know we've met this person, and it's like, dude, nothing like what he's trying to. And some people buy into the facade. Social media has gotten so abundant that even, the people who are BSing can still make money. That's how abundant social media is. And what I try to tell people is, okay, so this guy's BSing. Can you imagine what you can do if you're offering a real service, a real product,
a real
offering
offering?
real
it's not
value?
Easy to build a right offering, though, like a real offering. And it's a difference between building a $5,000 offering that you can get somebody to pay for that you actually fulfill, and building a $100,000 offering that you can actually fulfill. And I would say if you're really looking out for products in the digital market for coaching and stuff like that, I would look from anywhere from $5,000 to like 15 or 20 monthly package or 2-month package is like that's where you're probably going to be able to get the value of the money that you
Right.
spent. That's just what I've seen roughly.
Right.
And I've seen the biggest people do the fulfillment. I've seen Pat do fulfillment at a very high level. And the vault, like if you go to the vault, dude, that is the best event. I ran with Pat. I ran it in the team for a couple of years. Very active, very involved with the event. Last year we had this past year. Tom Brady was there. Mike Tyson was there. Years past, we had some very, very awesome people. Dustin Poirier, 2021, he was awesome. Gary Kasparov, world chess master. And at those events, that was all community-based, actually building up to the level where you're selling $15,000 tickets to about 200 people. So that's the level of fulfillment that Pat's at. And just seeing the model and seeing what he was able to do is amazing. It really is.
Something I do love that Pat's been able to do is he has mad raging fans. Like
Yeah.
People who are valuetainment fans aren't about. It's not just they're not casual.
Mm-hmm.
They stand by what Pat says and they love his brand.
Yeah.
And that's something I look to emulate for sure, especially a local following that really understands. Hey, I'm from here just like you. I did this. I know you want to do it too. Let's do it together. And I want to build that same mad raging fan, Super Bowl Sunday with the paint on their face, that kind of stuff.
That's off personal branding, the things that make you different, that make you exciting, that people have already related to today, that you see people coming up to you and saying, man, I really like this about you. That's what you highlight and bring to the forefront for everybody that you know in your community. And then really fostering like a local event. Like we need to do a local event soon.
For sure.
Like just us. Maybe we'll run it at Nucleus or run it at the studio at Out of Nowhere Studios. And we can really figure out a cool thing to get just people behind us and foster the community. What do you think about the graffiti museum, dude? This is pretty dope.
It's pretty sick. There's around the corner from us. There's a timeline where it shows how graffiti got started in the 70s, how it progressed in the 80s, what it was like in the 90s, all the way up until today. It's like a full timeline. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and then you go around here and they have all these really trippy paintings and stuff. It's dope. And then they have a whole outside thing. They have a vending machine. You know those things, the claw?
Yeah.
They have a claw where you can win a pair of Jordans.
Oh, really?
It's pretty cool.
That's funny.
It's funny. Yeah,
I'm definitely going to look into this place and look at all the different things they have written on the walls because I have no idea about the history of graffiti. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but Wynwood is basically all graffiti. If you've never been to Wynwood, Miami, you have to. Nightlife is incredible. I mean, if you like Latinas, it's a good place for that too, which I do. And Miami's just, it's the best environment, and you need to make it down here. You need to come chill with us, get involved with our
100%.
communities, and we'd love to help you in any way possible, but Miami is the spot. I'm going out to LA on Monday, and I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy it, so I have no clue if I'm going to enjoy it. Do you think I'm going to enjoy LA when I go out there on Monday?
No, you're not.
We'll make a bet?
I will bet that you will be calling me and telling me, dude, why did I come over here? I need to get back to Florida.
You think?
I think so.
Okay, we'll make a bet now. I think I'm going to rate it about a 6 or a 7. So I'll give you the rating when I get back.
I'm betting it's a 4.
A 4.
Because all the people that are pretty cool are already in Florida.
Already here.
Already came over here.
100%. 100%. We gotta do another long podcast.
Definitely.
Another long form.
This is a sneak preview for sure.
Yeah, awesome, bro. Yeah, well, this is awesome. So, hey, look who it is. D's Dorania Creates.
Yeah.
She's filming right now.
My consultant.
Where's your VIP pass? I don't know. But yeah, if you ever need somebody to look at the girly aspects of your brand, like the Canva, the highlights, the quality, just the little girly things that you can never pick up as a guy or as a female creator, Dorania is the best at that. She's been helping me just get past a lot of things that I've been restricted in my content that I've been holding back. So yeah, we're all a big inclusive group. So I mean, we all share, we all eat at the same table. So we're here to help you, man. We're here to help everybody involved. So
she's been vital in building my new studio.
Yeah.
When I decided to go and start this new venture, she's been amazing. You know?
She's really helped us all out a lot. So
Definitely.
just shout out to D.
I tell her time is coming because she gives so much.
Yeah.
That I tell her. So I'm a firm believer that whatever you do that's bad comes back to you tenfold, but whatever you do good comes back to you 100-fold.
Yeah.
So I keep telling her that at the rate that she's giving, she's going to be a billionaire by the time she's like 35.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
You know? Yeah.
And we're big believers. The people that I'm working with too, like we're big believers in God. We're big believers in what He can do. for you in your life.
100%.
And you know, I'm a believer in Jesus 100%. I do believe that he can change your life. Ever since I got more involved and more committed, my career, my money, my status has just increased exponentially. And I don't owe it to myself, and I don't owe it to the work that I put in, because I was putting in a lot of work at Valuetainment, but I wasn't in the right positioning, and it took all those hard times and all that bull crap that I had to go through, the soul finding, the searching. I'm sure you've been through it as well,
100%.
until you get to the point where you know yourself enough to start crushing it. So
Yeah, that's definitely where I'm at. I've become very self-conscious. I know
yeah,
my strengths. I play to them very hard. I'm not a
Uh-huh.
believer in playing to your weaknesses,
yeah,
and I'm leaning into them. I'm actually doubling down on my strengths. So, and that's where all of us together we form a really good team. You're on the content, actually creating the content. I'm on the podcast side. Duranian's on, the studio.
Every
Back
side.
all of us play really well into what each other is lacking, and I think together we can make a huge impact.
yeah. And if you haven't, if I don't know when this is going to air, but I know we're on live, definitely make your way out to come check out the Nucleus Hub in the Graffiti Museum. Go to check out one of their studio branches. They're an awesome team. And like I said over and over, we're just here to help, everybody that wants to get into content and do it the right way, actually fulfill what they say they're going to do and not try to scam people. And you can be assured that we're organic and we're real. And I think we just, we believe in, like, no nonsense, right?
100%.
No nonsense.
I'm not trying to teach you something, or I don't want to tell you about something that I don't know how it works. What I can tell you is specifically what I've been through to get to where
Yeah.
I'm at, and you can do the same exact thing.
Well, you had that one clip, and we'll wrap it up. We can wrap it up after that. You had that one clip that went, like, very viral. Explain the process as to how that kind of happened when you had that clip, and what your thought was when it did go viral.
Sure. So what happened was I was pumping out the content. The volume was there. Most people's first mistake is they're not putting out content.
Yeah.
Which, of course, as the media consultant, as a content consultant, that's mistake number one of everybody. They're just not posting.
Quality and quantity.
100%. So my thing was I had to post. I was dropping 3 reels a day on the podcast side, and on the personal branding side, I was dropping 1. So combined across all platforms, I was dropping 12 reels a day. So the content was there. I just wasn't having the numbers. And I sat down and I started watching my content, and I said, what's missing? I started watching other reels, other TikTok videos from other pages that I follow, and I noticed I was missing that engagement. You know what I mean? That transitional stuff. So I changed the editing style of the reels, and within 10 days, I had a viral reel that hit 2.3 million views. Right after that, I had another one go viral that hit 200,000 views. Right after that, on TikTok, I had a different one that actually was an old one that I recycled, but the algorithm started picking me up. And that old one that I recycled got another 160,000. It's still running.
Wow, nice.
So what's happening is now I'm in momentum. Now it's almost as if I can do no wrong.
The algorithm knows who you are,
Yes.
and it prefers you now.
Yes.
And you also did things in particular ways. You brought in Latinos. You brought in a bilingual speaker.
Yes.
That's the clip that went. It was actually in Spanish,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which is very interesting. I was reading a book. I think it's 100 million views, I believe is the name of the book. And he's talking about expanding into other markets, third world markets, India, South America.
Very important.
And when you actually do an event there, and you do a QR code call to action, you get people to follow your brand. There's a lower threshold for wanting to follow an American creator abroad. So it is an interesting tactic that a lot of the big brands use to scale their social medias originally. And then you bring that back, and that gives you more validity because you have a lot more views, a lot more followers. So that's, if you're a creator, that's very inspirational for creators, maybe in Colombia or South America. I have a lot of digital creator friends out of Medellin because I lived there for 2 months, and they're crushing it. And I think that content is really valuable. So travel, get cool shots in your content, go to exciting places, and talk to good people. And really quick, the biggest part, and I want to just say something about LinkMe really quick. The biggest part about LinkMe is that you can go anywhere and open up a QR code and get a transfer of information back and forth, but it has all your social media into one template, right? And then there's also some really cool stuff going on in the back end that we're working on as an organization, but it's going to be the number one. It is the number one, but we're developing it into even more the number one networking app on the planet. You can go out, QR code, scan, go back into a CRM, and it has all your social media integrated. Also, link in bio services. So it's like 4 different companies in one, and we're just really excited. So make sure to check out Link Me. Get in touch with me. We can do some consulting, and we got to talk about that too, dude. I'm so excited for that.
Definitely.
The reach is going to be nuts.
I'm excited for everything we have in store. And then you already know with the media company I'm planning on launching, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of big announcements to come. I'm excited. We're definitely going to do a longer version of this at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
Don, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
Alrighty, guys. That was an exclusive bonus episode of the Montana Method Podcast.
Let's go, baby.
As always, push it to the limit. The world is yours. And if you're not chasing a dream, life is meaningless, guys. See you on the next one. Say goodnight to the bad guy.